Hello, welcome to the Power for Positive Living podcast. My name is James Huey. I facilitate Friendship's personal growth education services, encouraging the gifts of listening hospitality and offering the openness and caring of friendship. I invite you to join me here on Friendship Podcast Radio as we explore topics to enrich the quality of your life. Power for positive living and friendship. Friendship Radio does sail again once more time. This series was first begun on broadcast radio back in 1990, AM 1540 in Galveston, Texas. I have been amazed at the number of people who have listened to the previous podcast and have communicated to me their response of finding so much of value that they can use in their life. They have found it enjoyable as well as informative. In their comments and feedback, they have submitted some requests for me to share some of my thoughts and feelings on additional topics. There will, of course, be some changes, but it's always been amazing to me just how much of the human condition remains the same. The questions that I receive from people now are pretty much the same that I received over 50 years ago when I began teaching. And that to me is amazing. We are very similar as human beings, even though the culture and society in which we live has changed significantly. As I retired from the professional world of counseling psychologist, I decided that when I discontinued my licenses from the states of North Carolina, Georgia, and Texas, that I had a continuing desire to serve other people. And so the ideas that were first built with friendship continue to be a part of who I am and how I interact with others. I believe this is what is best called a psychological ministry, a ministry that is serving other people. It is focusing on the emotional aspects of who we are as human beings. There are lots of things that I cannot do, but one of the things that I can do is offer the gift of listening hospitality and be able to share with you some things that have worked for me and worked for others. My life journey has provided me with lots of experiences. These experiences, this history over the years has allowed me to learn much about myself. Fortunately, I have also been well blessed by having other people who have given me that unique and valuable gift known as self-exploration. They have shared their life stories, their life experiences, the things that have made them who they are, and the things that have worked, and as well as the things that, shall we say, did not work for them. My belief here on Friendship Radio is to believe that you are the best judge of what information will be of value for you. There is a belief that when I listen to someone, I have noticed that if that person has similar values, similar beliefs, what they have to say or share with me tends to increase the relevance of me being able to use it. If they have a point of view, a belief system, a value system that is significantly different than mine, then the chances of us being able to share with each other for consideration is tending to be decreased. I certainly do not want to be around people who are a carbon copy of me, but hopefully you will find some idea of things that I have to say with you fit your own life. There are some things you can learn, some things that I have learned from other people as they have shared their stories with me, and I hope to be able to share that bit of knowledge with you. One thing you will find as you listen to James Huey, I have developed a number of personal guidelines for enriching my emotional life. These guidelines have been built up over years. I share them with the hope and the sincere belief that if you can find some way to use this information, you can build your own guidelines. After all, my goal here will be to encourage you to do what you need to do. It is not to present the answer, the guideline, the rules, the laws. I don't know whether they will work for you. I know that they work for me. I know that a lot of what I share works with a number of other people, but there is absolutely no guarantee. What do I mean by guidelines? Well, to me, as I say, these are things that have shown by experience and beliefs the ways in which they have given me an opportunity to structure my world and to share with people a little bit of who is James Huey. Well, one of the guidelines that most people, if they get to know me at all, you will hear me say many times, different strokes for different folks. That is something that is probably one of the earliest guidelines and one that I have found works and is a constant reminder of how diverse are the people on this planet. There are billions of people, and for us to go around with an idea that somehow everyone should believe, think, feel the way we do is downright, to me, egotistical. It is a belief that one size fits all. Obviously, I don't believe that. I believe in being able to listen carefully to what people share with me and be able to interject my own experiences, my own values and beliefs, and see how I can learn from them. And if they are receptive, I am very willing to share my reactions. To me, the most valuable gift that I, James Huey, can offer you is the willingness to listen to what you are saying, what you are not saying, what you are thinking, what you are feeling, being able to care enough to listen, not multitask while you are talking, not being thinking of how much longer are you going to talk so that I can get over this valuable, important point that is in my mind, and to be able to listen intently, being able to listen, for example, with an extreme focus rather than it just being part of the noise in our environment. So those are examples of two guidelines that you will hear frequently in the podcast. And once again, it's another way of getting to know me. We talk about this being friendship radio. So, of course, the question is, what is a friend? Someone who allows me to be me. Not what they expect me to be, not what they want me to be, not what they believe I should be, but who I am. And if I can offer that person, another individual, that same right, that same belief in their individuality, then I believe that I am being their friend. It's not tied with how many years we've known each other. My own experience has been that the longer I know a person, the deeper the friendship grows. Once again, I have known some people for years, and I'm not sure they know me or I know them. One of the things we'll talk about is the personal retreat, and this is a chance for people to share their own attitudes, their beliefs, their feelings, their experiences, their individual history. A sharing of information in friendship, not just the surface stuff like how tall am I, how much do I weigh, what is my race and gender, etc., but what is the things that make me unique, the unique individual that I am. I believe that you will have a chance to find out and put in perspective my belief of friendship and encourage you to develop things like the friend print, learning how to structure and develop a better understanding of why you are chosen as a friend, why you're not chosen as a friend, why you choose certain people to be your friends and why you do not choose others. After what is a friend, I would probably say that another thing you will find about me and the things that I would like to share with you is a firm belief in degrees. Degrees versus the absolutes of the world. I said, for example, that one size does not fit all. That is a degree. There are many people who believe that one size does fit all. They have somehow found the truth, the way, the light, and they are convinced that the world would be better if everyone thought the same way they did. That's probably very true, because if we all did think one way, whatever that way is, there would probably be a lot less conflict, a lot less anxiety, a lot less frustration. But unfortunately, with billions of people, it's probably unrealistic to ever expect to have one viewpoint, one perspective that is there for everyone. So I will find that example in listening, I will focus in degrees of listening. If you have degrees of listening, if you took out the one, this is the kind of conversation or dialogue where you could be texting and talking with someone, or driving and chatting with your passenger. That's a low level of one. If you were in the 10 category, everything is blocked out except your focus and attention on one person. It's so focused and it is intense. In fact, it is so intense that it's relatively rare that one could ever do a degree of 10 for more than a short period of time. That range from 2 through 9 is where most of our interactions with friends does occur. The 7, 8, 9 is being able to focus more on things like what is the person is saying, what they're not saying, the vocabulary and words they choose, their mannerisms, their eye movement, being able to pick up tones of voice. These are all things that are characteristic of 7, 8, and 9, to, once again, varying degrees. If you do 2, 3, and 4, you probably will spend the time like you may be chatting at dinner or family reunions, or you talk about the ball scores. I personally believe that the more 7, 8, 9s that I have in my world, the richer and healthier I am as a human being. I believe that learning comes in various options. There is no one way to learn. For example, I can learn well with the area of human behavior and psychology. It comes quickly. If we move to the area of technology or mechanics or something of that type, believe me, I go quickly to the lost column categories and experiences. I do not do well. If someone is going to be able to teach me how to do something, I believe in providing role models, specific things for me to be able to see and experience. I like to feel objects whenever I am trying to get a handle on what that learning style will do for me. I'm a firm believer in experimentation. I like to experiment with new forms and attitudes and behaviors. I'm also a firm believer in experience. The person that I am is a result of many years and decades of living. While I believe in experimenting and relying on my experiences, I once again come back to the concept that I, James Huey, am a unique individual. You are unique. Whether you choose to share yourself with another is your choice. I will share a portion of myself by these broadcasts. So if you have the desire, and if what I have shared with you in this podcast has of interest, I invite you to join me in the days ahead. I thank you for taking the time to listen to me, to get an idea of the framework I hope to be operating in the days ahead. If this is something for you, I look forward to presenting material, information, being able to support you as you make choices for your life journey. I want to do whatever I can to be supportive of you being the best you there can possibly be. So once again, this is James Huey saying so long, and thank you again for allowing me to come into your lives and share a portion of who I am, and I look forward, hopefully, to being able to provide something to support you and your journey as we go through powerful positive living and friendship.